let's get started on a couple ways that you can achieve this. The first way, and probably the easiest, is to go into projects, and the cards automatically come up because I guess that's the latest thing. So as of right now, they're just going to come up for you. I'm going to scroll down and grab this thank you card, and you can see that it is ready. All you have to do is tap make it, and it puts one on the screen. If I want to make 4 at a time, you can, but when you first put it in, it moves where the design is on the mat, and if you put it through your machine now, I feel sure that it's going to cut it incorrectly. But if you go down here and you look at material size and you put in what material size you're using, it fixes that problem. And then you can just hit continue and pick your paper. If you go to all the materials, you can actually just type in insert card and it's going to come up. I'm going to go ahead and put a star on that just so I can find it easier. And hit done, and it's going to set the material. So you just need to put a pin in and put your fine point blade in and go to your machine and upload your mat. Now, do notice that you need to move the star wheels to the center, which makes me crazy because it hurts my fingers to do that. Once you get them started, they're easy, but I hate moving them. I wonder if any of you guys feel the same way. But that's one way that you can do it. So let's go back to Canvas, and yes, I want to cancel that cut. Okay, so this is another way that you can make cards, but this time make 4 different ones if you're wanting to. So you're going to search in the images, and I'm just going to type in insert cards plus thank you, and I'm just going to find the card that we just made. So I'm going to highlight the whole piece, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And the reason I'm going to make it a little bigger is because the insert cards are not the same size as your average card base. So on this one, I'm going to do a square that is 4.5 and unlock this by 6.25. So 4.5 by 6.25, and hit enter. And I'm gonna duplicate this, and then I'm gonna rotate one of them 90 degrees. Enter, and I'm going to arrange it. I'm gonna send it to the back. And now I can kind of see, let's group this together. Group. I can see how big my card front is, and I'm going to just make this a little bigger to match that card front a little better. And you're not going to be able to get it perfect, but this is definitely you're not going to have to cut the insert down as much as you would have otherwise, and that's probably going to be a little too big. And I wish there was a way to detach these little lines so I could put them closer to the edge, but truly it's fine. These are very simple cards, so it doesn't really bother me that they are not perfect. Awesome. Okay, so, but it will help a little bit. You won't have to cut so much of it, and it will take up more of your card. So now I'm just going to delete that. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to, oh, is it detached? No. ungroup this, and then I'm going to grab the part. Notice this is the pin, and so I'm going to come over here because it's a little easier to grab what you're wanting, and grab the basic cut for this image, and I'm going to change the color, whatever color you want. You can do purple. It really doesn't matter what color it is. You're just wanting to make sure that where it is cutting is the same color on both cards. So that's going to be helpful. Now I'm going to go down, I'm going to grab this one. This one is a little trickier because the arrangement isn't exactly right. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup. I'm going to delete the envelope just like I did on the last one. And you'll notice that when I detach it, when I detach the card, this contour doesn't pop up the way it did before. And the reason behind that is arrangement. So you could kind of mess with the arrangement, or you can just come over here and take away the insert part. And once you do that, it's a little easier to figure out what piece is not in the right place. So I have the card base. I'm going to move it all the way to the front and see if that helps. It doesn't, so I'm going to grab there we go. I'm going to grab this and see if I move it to the back and I move the cut lines to the back. Oh, there we go. I just needed to move that. And then this contour is popping up, and that is what I'm looking for. Just kind of messing with it. Some of the cards may be different than this one, but just kind of messing with those layers until that contour will come up for you. And again, we're just going to take and highlight the rectangle. And now we just have the part of the card that we need, and we can delete this little part right here because we do not need it any longer, or you can just hide it, you know, whatever you're wanting to do. Now I'm going to bring this down and do the same thing that I did before, which was just to make, oh, hold on, I keep forgetting to group. Sorry guys. Group that, make sure this is in the very back, and make my design a little bit bigger. Again, I can't make it perfect, but I can get it a little better. Arrange center, and then just delete the background, ungroup, grab the cutting. Whoa, that was the wrong cutting, sorry. Grab the cutting, change that to that purple. Is that the same purple we used? Yes, it is. And the last thing that we need to do is attach. Because again, if they are not attached, then it will have the writing on one card, the cutting on another, and it'll tell you that you need 2 mats. And so if I've done everything correctly, when I go to make it, I should just need 1 mat. And so we're perfect. We need 1 mat, and I love that when it is a card and you're putting it on the card mat, it automatically puts this going in the correct direction. So you could pick up to 4 cards on 1 mat and make a couple of birthday cards, a couple of thank you cards. I'm going to go ahead and apply to make 4 thank you cards, and again, it's not having these arranged correctly, making it kind of crazy, and strangely enough it didn't give me the option this time to fix it, but just playing with it a little bit fixed it. So I think there are some glitches in the card mat, probably because it's so new right now. Hopefully those glitches they'll be able to fix, but as of now they're pretty easy. Just kind of play around with some of the controls and you're going to get there. From this point, all you're going to do again is hit that continue, pick insert cards, make sure that your wheels are in the center, And you are ready to go to your machine. Okay guys, the wheels are in the center. I'm going to put my pin in, and now it's time for the fun part. I'm going to pop that into place and make sure that you have your standard blade in. But if you have a maker, it's going to tell you whether you have that or not. We're going to load the mat and wait for the Cricut button to illuminate to start the process. So in this, it's going to start with a pin, and then it's going to do all of the cuts. When everything's done, I'll come back. Okay, so everything is cut and ready to come off the mat. Normally I would roll the mat and not pull the paper, but this mat is a little bulky and makes it hard to do that. So I generally do this just with the mat flat, but as you can see, I tried, and you can kind of see the troubles with that. Okay, so here are all the cards done with their inserts in. I did have to cut all the inserts down. Hopefully Cricut is going to fix that, where we can make 4 custom cards with the mat and not just have to do 1 4 times, which will be great. Hopefully they'll fix that. I do enjoy the mat. I think it's going to save my regular mat and when I'm doing cutouts on the front, which is awesome. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. My next video, I'm going to create some customized cards. So if you liked this one, but the cards are a little too plain, come and join me with the next video to learn how to do some custom work. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you hit the bell, you will be notified when I post my next video. I hope you've enjoyed this and it's been helpful. Have a great day and happy crafting!